Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Josh, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the USAA Eagle Navigator Visa Signature Credit Card. So I'll be going over the main features of this card, its pros as well as its drawbacks. So hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a much better idea whether or not this credit card is a good fit for you. But before we go ahead and dive into the main features of this card, if you wouldn't mind helping me out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Plus, if you would like to receive up to $200 in free stock in a pinned comment below, I will be leaving a link to Robinhood. All you have to do is once you click on that link is just sign up for a free account and then simply link your bank account. You do not even have to make an opening deposit. At that point in time, Robinhood will be sending you one free stock worth all the way up to $200. Okay, so diving right into the main features of this card, first off, we are going to be discussing points and how you can earn them with this credit card. So starting out, you will be earning 3 points per dollar spent on travel and transit. This is going to include air, hotel, car, and vacation rentals, rideshare, tolls, and more. Then on top of that, on all other transactions across the board in all other categories, unlimited, you will be earning 2 points per dollar spent. Now with this card, there's also going to be a welcome bonus or a spend bonus, whatever you want to call it as well. So with this card, you can receive a 10,000 point spend bonus after you book a hotel or car through the USAA Rewards Center. These 10,000 points will be worth $100 in value. Now with this card, there's also going to be some other perks that come with it as well. So just for instance, you can receive up to $100 in TSA PreCheck or global entry credit. This is going to be every 4 years that you can receive this credit. Then on top of that, you can also receive cell phone protection. So with this, you can be reimbursed up to $500 if your cell phone is lost or damaged. As long as you pay your monthly phone bill with this credit card, then you can also receive purchase security as well. So with this, you can safeguard your new item against theft or damage for the first 90 days as long as you purchase your item with this credit card. Moreover, you can also receive trip cancellation and interruption coverage. So with this, you will be covered up to $1,500 per covered person for non-refundable prepaid passenger fare when your travel is interrupted or canceled. Then on top of that, you're also going to be receiving auto rental collision damage waiver coverage as well. Furthermore, you'll also be receiving travel accident insurance. So with this, you'll be eligible to receive coverage for loss of life or limb. This is going to apply to air travel, ferry, cruise ship, train, or bus transportation. You'll also be receiving baggage delay reimbursement coverage as well. So with this, you can be reimbursed up to $100 a day for up to 3 days, so it's going to be $300 in total. And then finally, you're also going to be receiving extended warranty protection as well. So with this, it is going to extend the time period of the U.S. manufacturer's warranty on items purchased with this credit card. With this, it is going to give you 1 more year of coverage, so it can give you up to 4 years in total. So now that we went over the main features of this card at this point in time, we are going to go ahead and dive into the APR and fees. And of course, this is also super important to know about as well. So starting out on purchases, your interest rate is going to be anywhere between 20.15 all the way up to 28.40% based on your credit worthiness. Then as far as balance transfers go, starting out, you're not going to be receiving any type of promotional APR, unfortunately. So with that said, it's probably not going to make too much sense to carry out a balance transfer with this card, since more than likely the APR with this card isn't going to be much slower at all than what you might have with another credit card right now, where you might have to pay a lot of interest on it on a month-to-month basis. It is going to be just like your purchase APR, starting out anywhere between 20.15 all the way up to 28.40%. Then as far as cash advances go, on this channel, we usually recommend to stay far away from cash advances. This, of course, should not be considered financial advice, just my own personal reasons. Usually with them, you have a very high interest rate, plus you also have to pay a lot of fees as well. But if you do decide to take out a cash advance with this card, just like your purchases and your balance transfers is going to be exactly in the same range as that. So with that said, it is going to be anywhere between 20.15 all the way up to 28.40%. But more than likely, it's probably going to be 28.40% because cash advances are typically the highest APR that you can really receive with any type of credit card. But on top of that, of course, there are going to be some other fees as well, which we are going to go ahead and dive into right now. So starting out with those cash advances, you are going to have a fee on each cash advance of 5%. So it is going to be 5% of whatever amount you take out for your cash advance. So in the case you do like a cash advance of $300, in that case, there is going to be a fee of $15, which is 5% of the $300, plus of course the APR as well, which is probably going to be right around 28.40%. Then as far as fees on balance transfers go, even though it's probably not going to make a whole lot of sense to do a balance transfer starting out just because your APR is not going to be that low and you're not receiving any type of promotional APR, at least starting out. Maybe later down the line you will receive a promotional APR of like 0%, and in the case that you do and you take advantage of the balance transfer offer, it's still not going to be completely free though, because your APR on your fee on each balance transfer is going to be 5%. So in the case that you do a transfer that's say like $3,000, in that case there is going to be a fee of $150. So even though you might have like a 0% APR on your balance transfer, you're still going to have a fee on that transfer, which still you might come out ahead with as long as you pay that balance off in full within that time period and you don't let it slip and then end up having to pay interest if you don't pay it off within the promotional period. Now, as far as some other fees go with this credit card, there's also going to be a fee for late or return payments. That fee is going to be up to $35. So maybe you might want to consider setting up auto pay, marking your calendars, do whatever you have to do. Make sure that you are paying on time. That way you can avoid that late payment fee of $35. Now, thankfully with this credit card, there are no foreign transaction fees. So if you happen to travel internationally, this is definitely a credit card that you can take with you and you won't be charged anything extra for using it. That's definitely a bonus, because believe it or not, with some of the other credit cards out there on the market, yes, they do charge a foreign transaction fee of right around 3%. So the fact that this credit card does not have a foreign transaction fee, that is a pretty good bonus. But unfortunately, there is going to be an annual fee with this credit card. So every single year, starting even on the first year, there is going to be an annual fee. That annual fee is going to be $95. So you will have to sit around and consider each and every year whether or not you're getting at least $95 or even more back in value to make paying $95 for this credit card worthwhile. So now that we went over the main features of this card as well as the APR and fees, at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and dive into what I would consider to be the best things about this credit card and the worst things about this credit card. So we're going to start with the best things. So starting out, of course, is the fact that you will be earning 3 points per dollar spent on travel and transit. And then on all other transactions across the board, you'll be earning 2 points per dollar spent. So you can definitely rack up quite a bit of points with this card. Then on top of that, you can also receive 10,000 bonus points once you book a hotel or a car through the USAA Rewards Center. So it's pretty easy, I guess, to earn that spend bonus. It's going to be $100. $100 is equal to the 10,000 points. Then on top of that, you can also receive up to $100 in credits on global entry or TSA pre-check every 4 years. So that's a pretty good benefit as well. And then finally, with this card, there are no foreign transaction fees either. So if you do travel abroad, this is definitely a credit card you can take with you and use, and you will not be charged anything extra, at least by the card issuer, for doing so. So those are the good things about this credit card. Now, as far as the drawbacks go, the first big drawback is the fact that you will have to pay that $95 annual fee each and every year. So once again, you will have to evaluate whether paying $95 is worthwhile for this credit card with the benefits that you're getting back in return. Also, the fact that you're not going to be receiving any other credits with this credit card other than the $100 global entry or TSA pre-check credit, and that's only going to be every 4 years. Also, even though you will be receiving the 10,000 point spend bonus for making your purchase through the USAA Rewards Travel Center for booking a hotel or car through their travel center, 10,000 points is only worth $100, which is definitely on the low end when you consider that other credit cards out there on the market are giving spend bonuses or welcome bonuses of $200, $300, $600, much better than $100. So to sum things up here, all in all, just given the fact that this credit card does have a $95 annual fee, in my opinion, you're just not getting enough value back with this credit card to make paying $95 for it worth it. If there was no annual fee, it might be a little bit better, but the fact that you do have to pay $95 and you're only getting $100 back in credits, and that's going to be every 4 years with the Global Entry or TSA pre-check, and you're not receiving any extra credits on top of that, makes this credit card just not that worthwhile for me, especially considering the fact that there are other credit cards out there, such as the Wells Fargo Active Cash credit card, where you're going to be earning 2% cash back across the board, plus a $200 spend bonus, plus a 0% introductory APR on purchases and balance transfers. And with that card, there is no annual fee. So just some things up here. All in all, this is a card I probably would not recommend, although at the end of the day, that decision is going to be ultimately up to you. But that's all we have for today's review. I certainly hope that you enjoyed and found value out of it. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate if you could give this video a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.